Well, Leading the Agenda is the VLGA's key event, thought leadership forum, for want of a better word. We're very fortunate to be sponsored by Pitcher Partners, and these events are an opportunity to bring together councillors, council staff, but also members of the community to hear from expert speakers who talk about issues that are relevant to our communities and particularly impact upon the local government sector. They're a forum that give councillors in particular an opportunity to hear from speakers outside of the sector who are experts on topics that they really need to understand in order to fulfil their leadership roles in the community as councillors. So today's Leading the Agenda is on the topic of treaty, and it's in the context of the Victorian legislation that was passed last year. Of course, treaty is only one part of the conversation, and we're not ignoring those other important elements such as constitutional recognition, truth-telling commissions. However, today we're really focusing on treaty in the context of Victoria, and we've got a terrific panel here today with us.
I think the VLGA is in a very special position to be a leader and a setter of very high standards for local government in Victoria engaging with treaty. I think the fact that the Victorian government and Aboriginal Victorians have decided to go down the road of treaty is very historic, obviously, and sets a real leadership role for other states and the territory government and the national government. Mick Dodson is now a Treaty Commissioner for the Northern Territory, so they're going down a similar path, which is exciting. South Australia has scrapped their treaty, which is a bit disappointing. But I think from my perspective, there's a lot of very exciting steps ahead for Victoria. This is very much in its infancy, but from a lawyer's perspective, Victoria has got a great set of laws to build from.
But it's very important that all levels of government are involved in any treaty process in this country. When I recently had the opportunity to go and have a look at British Columbia treaty processes over there, modern day treaties, they had all levels of government around that negotiating table. And local government play a vital role, I believe anyways, in the treaty space. And I would encourage all local government to get involved, be bold, be courageous, because you're making history.
I met with the Federation of Traditional Owners representatives only just last week and heard from them the difficulties that they're having in communicating with the councils in their catchment area. So for many of them, they're dealing, particularly in regional areas, with up to 12 councils. They're asking for a way forward in treaty to improve those communications and make sure that treaty helps that process improve. And we're yet to figure out a way to do that, but certainly I'd be looking for suggestions coming forward from today's forum.
The next steps, I believe, for local government in the treaty space is to actually get educated about what we're trying to achieve here. Be informed, start talking to state governments, and it's really important that all local government are on board with this. Because potentially, I don't know what's going to happen down the track with treaties in Victoria, but we have an opportunity to start to right the wrongs of the past. So, and all governments, I believe, have equal responsibility around that table.